There's nothing like the holiday season in New York, and for many of us with four-legged family members, our pets are right there at the top of our holiday shopping list. But from the animal's perspective, there's nothing better they can receive than the care, comfort, and security that comes from finding a loving, forever home. In fact, with so many homeless animals in the city, there are numerous adoption events taking place this holiday season. And in this episode of All for Animals, we're checking some of them out. The Bean Coffee and Tea in the East Village was the spot for an adoption event featuring cats and dogs from Social Teas, a t-shirt company and animal rescue group founded by Robert Shapiro, who tells us they specialize in saving the most at-risk animals, including a blind pit bull named Keller.
And they were going to euthanize her at the kill shelter because, not a lot of people want a pit bull, let alone a pit bull that can't see. But I've noticed over the years that blind dogs and cats and missing limbs tend to be amazing pets. This is Mama. Mama, we always have an elderly cat up for adoption. And she's actually not elderly. She's about 10 years old. And she's loose in the shelter. She's not in a cage. And she pretty much lives on my desk. Because when people walk in, what happens is the right person always walks in eventually. Somebody's going to walk in and say, I want an older cat, because they understand what the situation's like at the shelter.
We also met a 6-year-old Chihuahua named Jesse James, who was ready for his close-up and his forever home. At the Javits Center, it was all about cats. Nearly 24 shelters and rescue groups from across the metro area took part in the event, which was part of the first annual New York Week for Animals.
This is Sutter, and Sutter we took in from a kill shelter. By the way, is completely no kill, so animals stay with us until they are adopted. Sutter is about 3 years old, and he is actually called a Hemingway cat, which means that he has extra toes on each paw, and he has 22 toes in total. Very special boy, likes other cats, and is pretty good with kids too.
This is Esme. She's an 8-week-old tabby. A Good Samaritan heard some crying and actually looked in the trash can, and someone had put her in the trash can.
Oh my God.
So we took her, and then Ringo, my coworker Yvonne, woke up one morning. He was sitting on her doorstep, basically just waiting till she came out for the morning. And she picked him up, went back to bed, and took him with her.
We are from the Liberty Humane Society. It is right next to Liberty Science Center at Liberty State Park.
In Jersey City?
In Jersey City.
So tell me a little bit about you guys. I would imagine, we're post-kitten season. There's like a crisis of kittens.
Yeah, for some reason, this kitten season has been very long, very overwhelming for all the rescue groups. We're just inundated with kittens, and of course, we still have the adult cats.
Tell me about this guy right here.
Well, this guy is Jack, and he's here with his sister Jill. Jack and Jill are actually from a hoarder's house in Jersey City. Hoarders, or collectors as they are known, they don't do this maliciously, but they tend to collect very many animals, and they can't take care of them.
So the stray cats come from all over the place, whether it's hoarders, from the street, from people who have to surrender them. It's a situation.
We do have surrenders, and they come from all walks of life, all situations, but the amazing thing is they are almost always so friendly and trusting of human beings, and they would just love another chance to get another home and be with them forever.
The group Zany's Furry Friends held one of its regular adoption events at the Petco on Manhattan's Upper East Side. You guys don't have an actual shelter, right? They use foster parents?
Yes, we exclusively rely on foster parents who generally have multi-animal households. So all of our animals we know intimately because they sleep with us, and we also know that their likes, dislikes, and whether or not they get along with dogs, cats, kids.
Right, so we have some great pets here today. Tell us about this, sweetie.
He's an English Cocker, 6 years old. Owner surrendered because they just couldn't take care of him any longer.
He seems like a great family pet. What a gorgeous dog.
He's wonderful. He's living with dogs, and clearly he's fine with cats and children.
Right. Tell us about this, sweetie.
This one is part of a litter of 5. She's her name is Jete because she actually goes on tops of doors. This little girl is going to need serious operation. She's going to probably have a total bilateral ablation, which is where they'll take out her ear canals.
Okay, so she's a special needs dog. That's just something that an adopted parent would need to know, but she's still a wonderful pet.
She's fabulous. She's living with a child, cats, and and she's good with other dogs.
And this is a Chihuahua?
Yes, she was a stray, and she's about 8 years old, and another good dog who's good with everybody.
Unfortunately, many pets will be purchased from a pet store this holiday season, and many of them will end up in shelters. Robert from Social Teas explains why.
The kittens, because they're separated from their siblings and parents too soon, they can very easily become unfriendly and stressed out. And in about 9 months, they get tired of them, they dump them. Puppies, people get a puppy because they're cute. They don't know how to housebreak them. After about 9 months, they get tired of cleaning up the house.
So basically, think it through. You got to think it through, and you're talking about at least, 10 to 20 year possibly commitment for a cat, certainly, right?
Definitely. 15 on average. You got it right. It's like anything else. It's a commitment. It's a live animal.
Right.
And when you get one from a shelter, you get it with a head start, and you get it, you're taking it from somebody who's not desperate for a sale. Like we reject a lot of people too, unfortunately. But a pet shop will sell anybody anything. It's an amazing conundrum.
So remember, if you're getting a pet this holiday season, make sure you're willing to make the commitment and visit holidaypetadoptnyc.org for a list of adoption events taking place across the metro area. I'm Susan Richard. Have a safe and happy holiday season, and we'll see you in the new year on All for Animals.